But we'll move on, John, to our next article. This came in from Collider.com. It's after The Invisible Man. Jason Blum is into doing Frankenstein. Now, we kind of touched on it last week when we were, I think it was Monday's show, when we were talking about Leigh Whannell, the director of The Invisible Man. Both of us did the review for Friday. Thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
Yep.
But obviously, Jason Blum has had a little bit to say on what is coming next, and he had this to say, John: "I'd love to do Frankenstein. I've tasked our filmmakers with trying to figure out just straight Frankenstein." Not really sure what he means by that. Again, I don't know if someone else is doing it. I don't know anything about it, but I would love to try, and I'm waiting for the great ideas. The best ideas feel like, my gosh, it's so obvious. Why didn't that happen before? If we can come up with something as good for Frankenstein, I'd love to try it.
Yeah, Stephen, I don't quite understand what he means about straight Frankenstein either. Does he mean it's going to be about Dr. Frankenstein? Straight Frankenstein? How he... Another origin story about this man being thrust into the strange world of necropsy,
Yeah.
what's it called? I don't know, but working with dead bodies anyway. Is it going to focus on that again? Because I recall that one in the mid-90s, I think, which was quite freaky.
Mary Shelley's, the one with Robert De Niro.
Yeah, that was pretty damn creepy, that one. So I think we've seen that time and again. They'd really have to do something unique, like we got with The Invisible Man, where it's almost blending Sleeping with the Enemy type movie with this invisibility concept, doing something different with it, just the unique concept of focusing on the trauma and how this has affected this person, how no one around her believes and whatnot, just adding some layer and nuance onto the horror. I don't know how you do that with Frankenstein. It's been done so many times. I mean, my favourite interpretation is Gene Wilder with Young Frankenstein. Was that Mel Brooks?
Mel Brooks,
yeah. That's still my favourite.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you top that at a comedic level. You're not going to do a comedy, so it's got to be out and out horror. Then you're getting back at what was the first Frankenstein? I mean, Jesus Christ.
I think it's like The Invisible Man, John. It goes
30s,
goes back many decades, but it's interesting
hard one to do.
Yeah, I mean, one of the sort of things the article does point out, and I actually did home in it as well, was Blum saying, "I've tasked our filmmakers," which is very interesting, because you look at the likes of David Gordon Green, who did Halloween. That's one of his guys. And also,
he's just signed a new deal with them, so maybe him.
And another part of the article, which made me actually forget about The Bride of Frankenstein. This was something that was they were talking about for a good while. Bill Condon was involved. Javier Bardem. I think we talked about this actually in one of our shows, our podcast, John. But this was more to do with the Dark Universe at that point, which they seem to have kind of cooled down on it a bit. They've still got the old, monster universe in their heads and stuff like that. But this would be very interesting for that storyline of the Bride of Frankenstein, which is obviously another old take on the character as well. But I'm not really sure, John, either what he means by straight Frankenstein. But I think you might be touching on something. I think you might be actually onto something there in regards to going right into sort of
the actual origins, and then
pardon the pun, the meat and bones of the story.
Yes, well, that would set up the opportunity for them to then produce multiple movies where you have focus on him bringing the monster alive. Then it ends on a cliffhanger. Then we get another movie focusing on the more horror-centric Frankenstein's monster aspect, which we've seen done time and again. Look, if he gets the right people on board, and look, Blumhouse 9 times out of 10, they really try to make a good horror movie. They usually make it for an absolute pittance. If it's Leigh Whannell again, I mean, what he did with The Invisible Man was really impressive, really surprised me. A really enjoyable movie. I've seen it twice now.
Considering the effects, John. Yeah, the
effects. I mean, look, I enjoyed it.
They weren't cheap.
No, I mean,
they didn't look cheap.
Well, it was $8 million, so they weren't hugely expensive either, but you'd imagine that the vast majority of that money would have went to effects, because it was all set in sort of indoor environments 9 times out of 10.
And a very small cast as well.
Very small cast, Elizabeth Moss probably picked up the biggest paycheck, I would hope, for that performance. If it was The Invisible Man, then there's something seriously wrong, and perhaps Brie Larson and the likes of Natalie Portman have a point about Hollywood. But look, it'll be what it'll be, Stephen. I'm excited to see what they do with these movies. We were joking about the likes of Dracula and whatnot. Get down the rabbit hole, give us new takes on them. If they're shit, they're shit. You've still got the originals. If they're great, then you've broke new ground like we got with The Invisible Man.
Yeah, well, just speaking about Universal's monsters, John.